Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to learn how we can create dynamic form in Laravel, Bootstrap and jQuery. So we can add multiple forms and we would be able to delete them one by one. So stay up to the end of the video to learn how we can create this dynamic form. I have already downloaded this Laravel project. It's newly downloaded. So first thing that I will do is to come to my .env, and in here I will set up my database connection. So I will type my database name, for example, my project, and after that I will open the terminal and create a new model by typing php artisan make model and my model name, for example products, and dash mc with migration and controller. So let's press enter. Our files have been created. Now let's close this terminal and go to database migrations. Inside here, in our newly created migration, in here let's type our column names. The first column that I need is the name, so I will type $table string name. Then I need the quantity, so I will type integer quantity and integer buying price, and the last column would be selling price. So let's type integer selling price. Okay, this is done. Now let's do a migration by opening our terminal and typing php artisan migrate. Now enter. So it's saying that my database is not available. Would you like to create it? I will type y and enter. It's done. Okay, now let's go to our resources, views, and welcome .blade.php. In here I don't need this, so I will remove all of them and create an html template in here. After this I need to import Bootstrap and jQuery. So I will come to my browser and I will copy the jQuery link, paste it in my head, in this head script, and also I need Bootstrap, so I will copy this one also, Bootstrap CDN, and paste it in the head of my template. Okay, it's done. Now let's create our form. So I will type form, and in here I will type action. So for now empty. Then inside the form I will create a table, and in the table I will create table header. So I will type th. First thing was name, then th quantity, after that buying price, then the selling price. Now I will create the table body and keep it empty. So this part is done. Now let's create our script. So after the body I will type my script, and in here I will make a function with the name of add records, and inside this function before continuing, let's add an id for our table body. So I will type products table as an id for this table body. Now let's copy this, and inside our add records, in here I will type $hash my id of table body, table products table dot append, and inside this I will type tr and td. Then inside the td I will create my first input, so I will type input type text and give it a class of form control, and the name would be name, and close this input. Now I have to create 3 more times, so I will copy this, paste it here. So now all these texts would be number, the type of them would be number, and this will be quantity, buying price, then this one is selling price. Okay, now let's create a button to call this function. So in the top I will create a new button with the name input type button, and the class would be button btn success. Now in here I will type on click and call my this function. So let's copy this from here, paste it here. Now let's give it a value and name, for example add. Okay, now let's go to our terminal and run our project. So let's type php artisan serve, enter. Let's go to this link. Okay, our table is ready. Now if I click add, it will add the fields. If I click more, it will add more. Now let's go come back to our VS Code and inside our function. So if it was a normal form with a single name, quantity, buying price, and selling price, it was fine. But we are going to send multiple names, quantities, buying price all together. So uh, we have to make it as an array. So in front of name, we have to create an empty array like this, and also in here, then in here as well, and in the last as well. So we have to type the names like this, like an array. Now this part is done. Let's go to our controller to save this fields. So I will come to my app, http controller, products controller. In here I will create a new method, public function create request $request, and in here I will type for each $request name as $key $name, and inside here I will type $item is equal to new products $item dash arrow key name is equal to request name, and give it a value of key. Same $item quantity is equal to request quantity, and inside array key. Let's copy this because we also need it for buying price and selling price. So let's do buying price and selling price. Now in here I will type item, arrow key, save, and in the end return back. Okay, now let's go and create a route for this. So let's come to our routes, web.php, and in here let's create a new route. So let's type route post, save, and inside my products controller class, comma, my method name, which was create. Now let's go inside our welcome.blade.php, and in our form let's type our URL and type method post. Also we have to send our CSRF token, so I will type add CSRF, and below the table I will create an input type submit button, so I will type input type submit and give it a class of btn success, value of submit, and close. Okay, everything is set. Now let's go to our browser. Let's refresh our page. Let's add some fields. Now let's fill them. I'm using an extension fake filler, so let's fill them and click the submit. Now if I come to my database and my project table products, let's open this. As you guys can see, all my records have been added. Now let's go back to our VS Code to create a button to remove a row. So let's come here, and in here let's create a new row. Let's say type td, and in here let's create a button. Input type is equal to button, class is equal to button the danger, and one more class, remove this. So we can create an event listener for this. Now after this, value of minus. Okay, this part is done. Now let's create an event listener for this. For that I will come down, and in here I will type $sign document dot on click of this class, comma, function $sign this dot parent dot parent dot remove. Okay, it's done. Now let's go to our browser and check it. So let's refresh, add. Okay, now let's add a value in here. Okay, now I want to delete this one, so if I click this it will remove it. Now if I want to delete this one, if I click it, it will remove that one. So this is the way we create a dynamic form using Laravel, Bootstrap, and jQuery. If you like the video, don't forget to press the subscribe and like button, and if you have any questions, write it down in the comment.